think we will see how laggy this is. Okay, so it actually shows now. My Wi-Fi hotspot is hot shit, apparently. Okay, so hopefully this stream is a little better. We will see. Let me know if my volume is shitty, if I'm much quieter than the music, or the music's too loud. No stutters at all. Damn, I should go back. I should change that. I'm joking. Okay, so for real this time, hopefully. I'm not sure. We'll see if I'll actually be able to save this or what happens afterwards. I'm going to hope to publish this video after, but again, being a test stream, this is just, I guess, the throbber. The throbber being the loading icon, if I remember correctly. Is the music too loud? Can you not hear it? Should I turn it down or up? I want to know roughly how loud the volume should be on the music. It's like it's coming out of an amp in front of the screen that you see right here. I think it's okay. It's kind of quiet. If it's obnoxious or overbearing, I'll adjust it. Nice fingers. Thank you very much. Okay, I've got the Blender Bracket doc pulled up to my side. I'm going to just very briefly read through it. For the music fights with the mic when you stop talking. That's really funny. That's fine. I'm also going to attempt to save about 3 minutes of each stream's music and make an album afterwards. I'm going to record directly onto my Pascal. So I'll have a little album for Blender Bracket music, just for fun. It won't be exactly noise, just kind of like Dungeon Synthy, ambient kind of strings and hums and whatnot. But we'll see. Anywho, to start, let's see. The Blender Bracket is adapted from the Meat Grinder. Big thank you to the anonymous tabletop Meat Grinder crew. They have read these rules themselves. It's a game we thought at Adepticon in the last 2 years. Very simple. The base rules are there are 1 model, 2 hit points, 3 up to hit, 4 up to wound, 5 up to save, and 6-inch movement. Considering the entire table is only about, let's see, 6.5 inches roughly. Here's my tape measure. You can appreciate it. You can see my face, the reflection. I don't know if that worked. But essentially, we'll roll to see who goes randomly, who moves first. Yeah, the ladies man tape measure. These will be our test models for today. They're just 2 grots. They will fight after we determine the order of the stream to see who fights who, and I'll blend with the dead grot just to get a basic test to show how everything works. You guys can vote for your favorite of the 2 afterwards. We'll see. Okay, continue to read. I did adjust the rules for movement. They're going to automatically move 6 inches to each other. Once they get in melee range, they're just going to attack each other until somebody dies. Roll off initiative, and the matchups will be random. I'm your host, Tanner Simpson, Simpson Adventures. The Blender Bracket is a system in which hobbyists create a champion or miniature model, paint it, write a blurb with lore, and send it to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to compete in a 24 model tournament. Maybe more than 24. Yeah, we're at 48, so we doubled it since then. Over the course of 12-ish weeks, it's longer than that now, I might do 4 matchups a week rather than 1 a week to make it a little more substantial and not be going for a year every week on Sundays. But we will see. I'll probably do like a poll or a vote or something to see how many matchups per week we should do. I'm going to guess 4 for now because I think the first round would be about, what's that, 48 divided by 4, 12? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Yeah, 12. So it'd be 12 weeks for round 1 if it would be 4 per week. Sunday. Yeah. Let's see. Each, it shouldn't be a Bow report. It should be a Blender report. Let me fix that in the Google Doc. I'm live editing the Google Doc. I'll put the Google Doc in the description in the future. I'm not fucking with it right now, though. Let's see. Gameplay will be automated. Victory and defeat are completely at random. Defeated models are destroyed via the blender. As the models fight, I'm going to make up blurbs of fluff regarding how they get wounded and whatnot. There are no mechanical changes. Every model is the same. A 10-inch tall model and a 1-inch tall model on the same health. They're going to be doing the same damage, same saves. So don't stress out that. There's really no balancing. In fact, it's perfectly balanced. It's essentially a coin flip. Yes, the live document edits, exactly. High octane action. Okay, the victor will earn a one-of-a-kind miniature created by me. Additional prize support. I believe that's still being discussed. And you'll receive your miniature back, altered by the glory of combat, receiving the title of Blender Bracket Champion. So my plan is, I'm going to use this plaque. It's pretty large. You can kind of see it here. And I'm going to use the gore from all the dead models and put the winner on top of the mountain of dead model, sand and mush. And I would like to get a little plaque or something that says Blender Bracket Champion, but we'll see. See it closer. Then I'll mail that back after painting up the gore and mush and whatnot. So there will be a prize. The model, I'm probably going to paint blood all over it or adjust it in some way, give them gore and wounds and whatnot. Oh yeah, there's a prize for sure. It's not money, but it'll be like miniature stuff. You'll get your guy back on a plaque. There is 48 contestants, meaning there's about a 2% chance base of any one contestant winning the whole thing from the very start. We will see. Okay, entrant rules. 1 miniature per person, roughly 28 to 32 millimeter scale. It doesn't matter. I just put that there so somebody doesn't send me a full scale, like G.I. Joe to foot tall. That would have been fun, though. Let's see. Plastic or resin only, just no metal models, because the blender will probably explode if I put a metal model in it. Has to be painted. I said with a plain base because I just want it to be simple regarding throwing it in the blender. And when I have to rebase it, I don't want to fuck around with some ornately. Somebody sends me a whole diorama, I blend the entire thing. And it has to have a blurb of lore. As I call out the contestants for the week, I'll read their lore and everything. It will be nice. Dead models will be blended. Okay, so here is a deck of cards. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. There's my puddle. You can see a little bit of what this looks like. The amp, my giant photo on the wall. Fun fact, this poster or this painting I got when I was in high school. I got this from a thrift store for $8. And when I first met my girlfriend online, every video chat we would have would be me using this webcam with this in the background. So I would talk to her out of focus because I didn't realize that you had to manually focus this webcam, that you have to twist around the lens to focus it. So I had to, I was out of focus talking to my long distance girlfriend with that in the background. A little bit of lore for you. Anyway, I got this deck of cards. This is how I'll be determining who's going to be competing against who. Each number represents a person on the document. So, for example, 11 would be Champion 11, Twabbies, the twins from Uranus. I'm going to shuffle it. I already did, but I'll shuffle it again and then draw them in pairs to see who's matching against who. Then I'll create the actual bracket itself. So it will be completely randomized. All 48 are in here. So I think I'll move this to see, can I get like a blender cam? Let's see. All right, something like that. I'm trying to lock it on the blender so you can see my hands as I do the random pulling. Got my dice. I'll also be rolling, I have a map select, which is a little goofy. Essentially, I'll have different backgrounds. So as I pull the who's fighting who, I'm going to also roll what map they'll be on. Just for fun. Yeah, the blender is a Osterizer Dual Cycle Pulsomatic 16 by Imperial. I thrifted it for, I think, $10. It's got 8 cycles, and I got a D8 to determine which power of blend cycle we'll put the model on. I'll go through that in a little bit once we actually blend with these goblins. Okay, so actually determining who's going where. I can't riffle shuffle. I've never learned how to do that, as I'm going to drop cards all over the place. I was a Magic the Gathering player. I did Commander, so I never really riffled. I just kind of, I did some of the top shuffling. I don't remember exactly how to do it. It's been a couple of years. I only played Commander. I didn't really get into the rest of it. All right. So the first two in the first week are going to be, we'll do one from the top and one from the bottom. How about that? The first two contestants, we got number 9. So number 9 is, champion number 9 is Gilligan by Wolf Baker. So let me get my MS Paint. Blender bracket. I don't know what it's called. I have the bracket thing up with all the numbers, so I'm going to be putting them up next to each other in real time. Okay, the next contestant versing Gilligan in week 1 is 40, being Tabletop Grunts Redis Neckus. I'll also show the entire the pairings next to each other in a moment. Okay, let's see. Make sure my stream is still going. Yeah, if you riffled Magic cards, you're a monster, exactly. Can we lock new maps? Game Sharp people. You know what? I'd allow it. If you give me a good idea, I'll do it. Okay, so the first matchup has been determined. The second matchup will be, from the top, contestant 42. I know it looks like a 10, but I wrote in pen on all these cards. Contestant 42 is Big Dog by the Gonzo GM. Move him. I'm definitely running into some issues using the trackpad. This room is like sweltering fucking hot. That's okay. I can also make this look a little prettier later. So it'll be 42 versus 45. 45 being Grohab Thamar by Long Lost Miniatures, or Minis. If I mispronounce your character's name, it was intentional. Okay. So 42 and 45 are the next. I'll give it another quick cut because I'm getting a lot of 40s. Just in case I didn't shuffle very good earlier. I was kind of absent-mindedly shuffling for an hour last night. Hopefully it's okay. Okay, we got 36, which is Non-Manifold Vertex by Apocrypha Now. This is the yellow cube contestant. He will be facing... Let's see. Sorry. I should probably move these over later, but I have no respect for your time. You'll be facing 3. Contestant 3. Contestant 3 is Bob Ultra by Hollow Bodies 13 Jackson. Bob Ultra, actually, him and another model are arch enemies, and their mission is to fight each other in the Blender. There are 2 robots from a space opera they both star in. I believe it's Bob Ultra and what's his name? I just uploaded him like yesterday. Oh, it was Steven Starchaser, I think? I might be messing that up. Stefan Starchaser? I'm not going to look through it right now. But hopefully those two will meet each other in battle at some point. But yeah, looks like Jackson will be fighting Yellow Cube for their first matchup. The next will be contestant 22. which is Grundy Big Boots by Honk Team. This is another one that I got yesterday in the mail, actually. Grundy Big Boots is a wonderful cartoon character with very large boots and a baseball bat. Grundy came with a zine talking about his backstory, which I really liked. Okay, next is contestant 37. This will be Grundy's opponent. This is Popopo by Wowouter. Wowouter. Popopo is kind of like a large resin Earthbound character. He's not actually from Earthbound, but he reminds me of like Ness or something. Wonderful, wonderful model. I wish I didn't have to blend it, honestly. I would keep that model if I could. That also, of all the models here, it's a block of solid, hard resin, so I feel like that one might crack the glass. We'll see. That one might get a little suspect. We'll see what happens. Okay, so next will be, let me put these two cards together. We got contestant 10, Goblin with a Gun by Dungeon Critter. This is one of the first ones that I got, actually. Goblin with a Gun. It's a grot. Actually, I think it is the same grot as this. No, it's very similar. It's the version with the top knot. His lore is he's a goblin with a gun. He will be fighting, full random card, contestant 38. 38 being Murgroth the Lesser by Cannibal Baker. And I will, after the fact, I'll actually type this all out and I'll post the matchup so you don't have to memorize it. Okay, next will be contestant 2. Roach Chigger by Goobins. This is Anton Chigger in cockroach form. He's got the haircut and the cattle braining gun. It's a wonderful model. Roach Chigger is going to be competing against, let's see, give it a good 13. Roach Chigger will be fighting against Big Ol' Jeff by Hellion of Rust. Okay, put them down. Big Ol' Jeff. I'll be honest, I don't remember what Big Ol' Jeff looks like. I'm so sorry. I would give a little witty comment regarding his appearance. I think he was an earlier one I got. There's quite a few. Okay. Next, contestant 16. Contestant 16 is Labnip the Jork by none other than Slug Wizards. This was also a very interesting model, pretty goofy fluff. It's a little all over the place. He's got a cod piece with a smiley face painted on it. Okay. He will be competing against contestant 6. Contestant 6 being Son of Gurg by Art of Dwayne. That will be a matchup. Oh my gosh. Gurg being a teaspoon. I don't know what you would call it. He's from my game Teaspoon, his little pink guy. Very well known within my hobby Discord. He became a little bit of a mascot. So that's going to be one hell of a fight. I'm excited for that one. All right, next up we got contestant 8. 20 Cufflink Big Power, Heel Studio versus contestant 47. Trollazar Haribo by Sugar Daddy Miniatures. So, Heel versus Sugar Katie Miniatures. I'm excited for that one. It's going to be a good one. Sugar Katie Miniatures. I first met this hobbyist at my Midnight Market. I saw one of their Golden Demon models, and I was complimenting it to my buddy. I was very, very surprised. We have a Golden Demon painter competing in the Blender bracket. Heel, close friend of mine, Julian, he is wonderful. He does kind of like Tyranid, Biopunk, 3D printed, 3D sculpting miniatures. I'm sure you all know Heel. Okay, next is going to be... oh, I just misplaced one of them on my thing. I put 7 and 8, not 47 and 8. That's the heat exhaustion. Let me fix that quick. Okay. 847. Just making sure I don't mess up any of these. I'll fix it later if I do. The next is going to be contestant 26 and contestant 41. 26 being... this one is by Wolf Lich, and it has not arrived in the mail yet, although it is currently in transit. So I can't tell you his name yet, but it'll be updated the next couple of days. So 26 versus 41 being Bal Zabul by Chopping Block Miniatures. Of all the models in the Blender bracket, only 2 of them have not arrived yet, and they're both in transit. They both have estimated times of arrival, and it will be here hopefully on Monday, I think. 1 day shy, but that's okay. We're not actually using them today, so not the end of the world. Okay, the next will be one. So that is my model versus 12. So my model is Edge the Sword Lord versus, let me move him up here. He's a giant sword with feet. Versus the Ethernet Warrior, Gage. I'm going to be fighting Gage's model. That's going to be fun. I really like Gage's model. Being No Clear Coat. Sorry if I'm doxing people with your real names. I think your names are on your Instagrams. Let me know after the fact, and I'll bleep your names out if you don't want it. If you don't want it out there. Gage's credit card number is... okay, next will be contestant 5 and contestant 21. Contestant 5 being The Merkin by Sporehammer versus 21 being Le Bread by No Hammer. No Hammer. Noe versus Jay. Whoa. That is going to be wild. Some heavy hitters happening. So LeBread, funny story about LeBread. This model was shipped to the wrong address and somebody signed for the package. I tried to get them to recover the package, which they said they were trying to do, and they were unable to. They never told me that, but I kept harassing them and I kept trying, and they never got it back. So what I did was I made my own version of LeBread to stand in place of his. Unfortunate, but it made it all the way to Milwaukee, albeit a block away, and somebody signed for it. So somebody has LeBread in Milwaukee, and it is not me. What a shame. I am very bummed about that. Yeah, Gage versus Sanders is going to be a funny one. Okay, next. Sorry, I'm getting caught up talking about some of the background information. Next is going to be, I'll show it a little better, a matchup that never was. I almost pulled those two. Contestant 43 and contestant 34. Whoa, 43 and 34. That's weird. 43 being John David Abraham by Pro Brids. He's a friend of mine from high school. He is not a miniature painter. That being said, he is a wonderful, wonderful person. It looks like... oh, sorry, I'm noticing an issue in my bracket. I'll deal with it later. Okay, so John David Abraham versus... let's see... Lufus by White Tiger Tablecraft. That's going to be a funny matchup. Yeah, my buddy, heard about my Blender thing, and even though he's not in the hobby, he really wanted in. So he had another buddy of mine from high school who does miniature painting 3D print a model for him and paint that model for him. So that miniature was created by two of my high school buddies in conjunction. Versus Ellen's model, Lufus. They both have very basic lore, if I remember correctly. Lufus is big, and John David Abraham is Manifest Destiny. That is all their fluff. So from one of these guys, it looks like I might have accidentally deleted what hobbyist they are. Contestant 37, who is that? Let me fix that quick. So on my list, usually it says what hobbyists are, like who is who. Oh yeah, I accidentally deleted, this is the Wow Wowder model, for some reason. Wonderful, I'm doing this live. I'm trying to edit my Google Doc live. Wow. Okay, fix it. Sorry, I get a little anal about that kind of thing. Okay, next will be contestant 14 versus 23. So 14 is Bort by Grombatmol versus Plet Corb by Blood Transfusion. So that's going to be a goofy one. I actually like those models. I like all of the models, to be fair. I believe Bort is the only model that has his own, he has like a windshield, whereas you can see him through his little cockpit. I might be misremembering. I'm pretty sure that's him. I wish I could have got a better photo of him, but especially the way in which I did the Google Docs, you just can't see it at all. That's okay. 14 and 23. Next, we're getting there. So I have about a third left. 11. So contestant 25 is Splee, the bearer of Sook, or Sock. Sorry, I'm very zoomed out on my Google Doc. This is by Mangling Minis. I love this model. It's a model with a sock, and he's a Cyclops dwarf with a sock on a stick. Very, very funny model. While I'm discussing these models, I should mention that about half of the entries that came in are cartoony and half are grimdark. Now, there's no teams in Blender Bracket. I do feel that there's a couple different factions competing. There are Australian, like Team Australia was a big one. They all shipped at once in a big combined package, so they all kind of rolled in at the same time. But Team Cartoon versus Team Grimdark will be a funny matchup. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm putting my money on Team Cartoon, but I'm biased. Next is contestant 15 versus contestant 19. Contestant 15 being Bort. Did I already say Bort? Wait a minute. Oh no, everything's falling apart. No, I didn't. I think I just messed up. That's good. 15. Who the fuck did I put for 15? Oh well, I guess we'll find it at the end. So, somewhere down the line, that's really weird. I must have misread Bort as somebody else. That's good. I do wear glasses. So this will be really Bort. I wonder who's around Bort. That's Grombatmol's. Yeah, that's the guy with the cockpit I was just talking about. Huh. Oh, you know what? That's what it is. Okay, so earlier I said that contestant 15, I read Bort versus contestant 23. 23 being Grundy Big Boots? No, Plet Corb, Blood Transfusion. So Plet Corb, Blood Transfusion is actually facing contestant 14, which is the number I read. 14 is Crawl the Ancient. This is Steve's model. So it's we've got two Hive Scummers fighting in round 1. Sorry, that was a misread. 15 is actually Bort. So Bort will be fighting 19, being Legs by Gutterpunks. He comes from the Warcock Discord. Legs is two pairs of legs stitched to each other. I like that character. I'm going to say that for all of them, I think. Let's assume I like them all. Okay, 7 versus 33. 7 is Gorbin the Destroyer. This is Trent's model, miscast. So Trent is going to be facing contestant 33, Steven Starchaser of Hellfire Miniatures. I'm excited for that one. Steven Starchaser is another model that, similar to Noe's, I had to assist because this is an international model that was rejected by his customs twice. So I made a bootleg version of him to represent the character, because he tried to ship it over the course of months and it got sent back to him after, I think, like 4 or 5 weeks. So that model I made a proxy of. It's a very rough variant that vaguely resembles the real model. In the case, the 2% chance that he wins, I'm going to ship him the diorama of the blank spot that he could put his guy on top of. Contestant 20 versus contestant 31. Contestant 20 being Gunner, It's What Evan, versus 31, The Face Taker by Chob Minis. I'm a big fan of both of those hobbyists. Let me move them to my dock. Using MS Paint on a trackpad in the sweltering heat. Probably should have thought this through. I don't think fixed through. Okay, next we have, we're getting there, almost done. Contestant 18 versus contestant 35. Contestant 18 is Nakman the Reaper by Ratboy Minis and, oh my gosh, Andar Primulon. This is a combined model. Rory is a close friend of mine. He is a wonderful human being, and I'm very excited to see his chances in the Blunder. He will be facing, let me put him on the bracket. Watch me have not been streaming for the last like 10 minutes, and I wouldn't even know. 35, which is Glub the Unblended by Moss Boy Miniatures. The Unblended, huh? I think this is the Nerdling dog looking guy. I vaguely remember this model. It was an earlier one I got. They're all kind of blending together in my head. Get it? Because it's a blender. Contestant 17 versus contestant 39. Contestant 17 being Ghoul-Dog by Symptomag, Chaos, and Z. This is the father and son model. Versus 39. Garzalag by Ashen Champion. 17. Versus 39. That's going to be one hell of a matchup. Okay. I'll do these two. 44 and 27. 44 is Sonbis Abral by Stonejaw versus 27, Kane Hellraiser, Dylan Melisco. That is a chicken model with a coop. I really like that model. I laughed out loud when I opened it, which is peak miniature construction. Okay. 32 versus 48. 32 being Spucks et al. Mason Lindroth of Hilux fame will be facing off against 48. Drathmar, Damp Dog. That's like a very cartoon versus a pretty grimdark model, so that'll be fun to watch. Hilux is a huge inspiration to me, and I thank Mason for taking the time to make a model for my goofy basement tournament. 2029 versus contestant 46. 29 is Igor by Debased versus 46. Peacebreaker, Maniac Unpack. Maniac Unpack. That's a hard one to pronounce. Igor's an eyeball. Yeah, he's just an eyeball. I really like him. I like him. The last 3 matchups, it looks like. Let's see. Okay, that will be the last 2. 30 versus 28. That is Little Death versus Cyberwolf. Cyberwolf is my brother's model, my younger brother. And 28 was... Oh, that is Cyberwolf. Who's that one? Little Death. Little Death is a tiny Grim Reaper. The last 2 in the last round, the last fight of round 1 is 4 and 24, being Destructosaurus versus Weirdstone's model. Weirdstone's model has not arrived yet, but it was supposed to show up yesterday. However, I think it got caught up somewhere in the mail. But I'll update it in the Google Docs soon enough. Let me just make sure there is... Okay. Should be our bracket. Okay, I will type that all out to make it a more easily presentable, so we can all refer to it easily and see what's coming up. Again, let me move my camera so you can actually see me. Or see them. I'll be looking at chat for the first time in about 15 minutes. The playing card unboxing stream, yeah. Move this down. We'll do our test game as well in a moment, but I'll go through a couple of the thoughts I have quickly regarding the matchups. I'm thinking about doing 4 matches a week, because originally I was going to do 1 a week when I had 24 contestants. But then I realized how many weeks that would be, and I don't know how many people want to tune in or watch a video of 1 match and then it ends. I think it'd be a little funner to do a couple at a time. So I'll probably do 4 at a time starting on next Sunday. And we'll just take it 1 week at a time. I think we might take like a week break after each round. I'm not sure. By round, I mean like the first round, like the bottom tier, before we get up to round 2. But we'll see. For now, it's going to be 4 at a time. I'll play it by ear to see if I should adjust that. Okay. Next, I'm going to show. Make sure you say your $50 is here. Make sure you get who you want to fight. Twabbies. You said you have no idea who you're fighting. You would be fighting. Let's see. I'll quickly check for you. I think you're one of the earlier ones. Champion 11. So that would be. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna halt the stream while I dig through and see who Twabbies is fighting. Everybody wait. Get angry at Twabbies. If you're mad at me. Otherwise, you'd have to wait hours for me to painstakingly assemble this in the Google Doc later. Twabbies, you are facing 25, who is Splee, Bearer of the Sock. That is Moing Miniatures. It is a cartoony model. It's a dwarf with a sock. All of his lore is very... I think he's like fighting for charity or something. I don't remember exactly what it was. Something along those lines. It's a very goofy fluff. Okay, so without further ado, I will wait hours for the painstaking Google Doc. Yeah, exactly. Always just asking, like me. Oh, I haven't been looking at the chat. I apologize. All my very close hobbyists in here for day one of the Blunder bracket test stream. Again, it's very rough. What I'll do next, I'll give you a quick overview of the Blunder before we do our test fight with these two Goblin tester models. So here's the tour of the Blunder. This is the Osterizer Imperial dual cycle Pulsomatic 16. As you can see, it's an old Blunder. It's got 8 different functions on it, which will determine when a model dies with the D8. So 1 is mix and whip, 2 is puree and stir, 3 is grind and cream, 4 is mince and blend, 5 is crush and crumb, 6 is shred and beat, 7 is frappe and chop, and 8 is liquefy or grate. So depending on the level, I think it goes faster or shorter. We can quickly see it in action. I'm watching more like 2013. 2013, yeah, this webcam I bought for $3 at a Pawn America probably 12 or 13 years ago. Maybe a little more than that. It's a very important webcam to me, as it was the webcam I first met my girlfriend using 10 years ago. We had long distance, and this webcam got me through all that long distance. So without this webcam, I would probably not be in Milwaukee right now, or hobbying at all, actually. This webcam changed my life, weirdly. Funny how things happen. Okay. Moving on. Let's see. I am going to be... move some of these cords out of the way. We're going to be doing the test match in a moment here. I'm trying to see where I put these plugs. What I would like to do is get a recording of this, the sound here. I also have a contact mic linked up to the Blunder that I want to amplify the sounds of through the amp here, just to make it a little extra loud. But we'll see. I'll try without it today because I don't want to lose this looping track that's been looping for the last 45 minutes. Wow, 45 minutes already. Okay, let's do the test with these two goblins. So the way that the game will work, I will have a blank board. Oh, I didn't roll the maps they'll be fighting on. I guess I can roll that later. That's fine. I'll roll it like the week. Maybe it'll be like the end of week roll. I can roll it at the end of this stream. I'll figure it out. So I'll have a different map that'll be facing on. This one's like tilted a little bit. You got security cam footage. But I'll have like a little map set up with a backdrop. The camera will be something like this. I'll introduce the fighter. I'll read the fluff. I'll put them in the center. I'll read their stats. I took the height and weight of each model. I'll probably announce it over a speaker or something, like in the red corner, that kind of thing. Yeah, they'll move with my finger. This. So for this match, we'll have Goblin A versus Goblin B. Goblin A has the knife. Goblin B has the gun. I guess he also has a gun. This is confusing. But yeah, these goblins will be our test models for today. So go ahead, place your votes if you want A or B to win. I'm going to start the test. So they all have 2 hit points, 3 up to hit, 4 up to wound, 5 up to save, and 6-inch movement. A will be even, B will be odd. So I'm going to roll to who goes first. A 1. So A even, B odd. So he will go first. So B is going to move his 6 inches. Yeah, he makes it in. Oh my gosh. Gun to the head. Makes it in combat. 3 up to hit. I dropped it on the floor. I'll re-roll that. 1. Goblin B misses. Goblin A is going to attack. He will move. I'll push them in the middle of the arena. 4. So he hits. Does he wound? 4 up to wound. It wounds. All right, 5 up to save for Goblin B. It's saved. Wow, that was wild. All right, going back. Going back. I'm getting mixed up which goblins which. Going back to Goblin A. No, wait, now it would be B because he went and he pushed back. Okay, so this one is now going to try to hit. That is a 2. Goblin B misses. Back to Goblin A. Will Goblin A hit? Goblin A does hit at a 6. Will Goblin A wound? 3. Goblin A did not wound. Going back to Goblin B. Will Goblin B hit? Goblin B does hit at a 5. Does Goblin B wound? No. At a 2, Goblin B does not wound. Go back to Goblin A. Critical. Goblin A hits at a 6. Does Goblin A wound? The 4 up? No, he does not. Goblin B. Does Goblin B hit? 2. Does Goblin A hit? 4. Goblin A does hit. Does Goblin A wound? 6. Goblin A has wounded. Okay. Does Goblin B save? 5 up? No, he does not. The first wound, a slice with the knife, has wounded Goblin B. This is the dice game. These guys suck at my hand. They're goblins. They're not very good at it. Okay. Goblin B is going to try to pistol whip Goblin A. 3. Yes, we hit. Does he wound? 4 up. 3. Unfortunate. Okay, Goblin A is going to try to finish the job. 1. No hit. Goblin B. Let's go. Goblin B. Does Goblin B hit? 4. Goblin B does hit. Goblin B wound? 6. Goblin B does wound. Does Goblin A save? No. Goblin A does not save. Yeah. Funnily, I have 2 D12s to track wounds here. I should probably use something else. I think I'll get those little, oh, here, I can do this. Alright. I don't know who went last. Shit. Oh, I'm distracted. Wait, he got the wound most recently. So then he would be fighting. Okay. I might have fucked this up. I'll make sure to pay closer attention to the real fights. I'll have a tracker or something so I can tell who's fighting at what point. Okay, Goblin A is going to be hitting Goblin B. 5, it hits. 4, it wounds. Does it save? Okay, Goblin B. Oh, it's Goblin A's turn. Wait, yes, okay, I am correct. Does Goblin B save? Get ready, guys. I'll blow on the dice. I shit you not, he saved. Okay. Whoa, high stakes action. Okay. Goblin B's turn. Does Goblin B hit? 4. Does Goblin B wound? 4. Does Goblin A save? 3. Goblin A is defeated. Okay. Now the blender. I don't know exactly how I'm going to record this blender blending. I think you guys would want a close-up of the blender itself, I'm going to assume, like this. So I'll probably try to prop this up somehow. I haven't really thought any of this through. Probably it's going to... I wonder if it's going to fall as it's shaking. Let me see. I'm going to putz around with it for a second. Let's excuse how long it takes for me to... Oh, this works. Okay. Is it sideways? All right, we're going into portrait mode instead of landscape mode. That's fine. Okay, so to give you guys an idea, we'll roll the D8 to show which setting we're going to be going on. That's it. I'm not playing anymore. I'm putting down money for sure. Okay. So D8 to see what setting Goblin A is being blended on. We are on setting 1, mix or whip. Instead of cycling it, I'm just going to go for the entire on, because the cycle goes for a second, then turns off, then goes for a second, then takes off. Or maybe I should do that. Or I could just go on and just send it. Tape the camera to the lid. So last time I blended a model, I dropped it in as it was going, and it shot out of the hole across the room. Like immediately, like the second it fell in, it shot back out of the hole. So I'm gonna have to be very quick. Because I'm gonna assume I'm gonna drop it in as it's going. Okay, get ready. I'm gonna put it on cycle, I think. All right, here we go. Let's go on the long cycle instead of short. Ooh, I'm starting to smell it. I put my dust mask on. I'll do that right now. I think you've had enough. We'll see the remains. I have this photo. Yeah, I'll play the rest later. It looks a little goofy. It's a scratch to my face. I've got the Osterizer mini blend container. Corn shirt spotted. Corn. Still a freak, baby. Anyway. with the remains. There's still some dust and sand in here. Here's what remains. Rest in peace, buddy. It was nice knowing you. He will be part of the ground remains. A little snack. Yeah. Alright, that is the test stream of the blender bracket. Let me put this up so I can pass you all for a moment. I don't know if you can hear me okay with the respirator on. The Victor, this guy, I'll put him somewhere. This is won the first blender bracket. I'll turn that down for a second. I could probably take this off, actually. Not breathing anything. So I'll be doing 4 a week. In the first 4 matchups, I will announce as I'm editing the document shortly here. Thank you for attending. Let me roll actually the first 4 maps. The first map for the first week. So I'm going to guess each week we'll have a different map. So let's see. Week 1, we will be fighting at the, let's see, D8. So we have map 1 is Flower Field. An idyllic and beautiful vista hides the craters and tombs of forgotten war. Map 2 is Seagull Pier. Once a site of uninhibited commerce, now not but a roost. Map 3 is Dank Dungeon. Legend has it, if you listen close, you may hear the whispers of past adventurers. Map 4 is Seedy Alley. The least you have to lose here is your coin purse. Map 5 is Dank Cavern. Movement and sound is foreign to this place. Map 6 is the Forest of Hope. A sense of nostalgia fills the air. Have I been here before? Map 7 is UFO. Not far. Oh, wait. Yeah, map 7 is UFO. Not from this realm. Map 8 is the Workbench. True miniature combat. Cancel for breathing. Yeah, I do breathe. So, rolling a d8. We'll see where the first map is going to be for the first 4 contestants. I'll re-roll it. There. 2. Seagull Pier. Oh, that's pretty much here. Just needs wood. It's on a little beach. I'll get a little wood base for them to fight on. So they'll be at Seagull Pier week 1. Thank you everybody for attending. I'm going to hope that this saves and post the video to my YouTube. By the way, it will save the comments that you make. So as people watch this, they'll see the comments being made. I'll watch it back and see the quality of the blender. And if it's anything I should change, give me a comment. Thank you, everybody. It'll probably be Sundays around 3 o'clock. So probably the same time each week. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you all for joining me.